Oh my God, can you believe we're going to Little Sahara? Yeah. So what's going on, guys? I figured I would do a little kind of like vlog style video for you guys today. I'm looking at the two quads right here, and we're going to be going to Little Sahara Sand Dunes. It is a 24-hour drive for me. Last year, I got the furthest traveled award. I forget exactly what it is. It's like 1,600 miles or something. But yeah, it's a hike, so I want to make sure that I'm prepared and ready to go. As we know, people that have followed the channel, you run into mishaps all the time when you're out riding. So I'm trying to do everything that I possibly can to make sure that we don't have that happen again, or if it does, we have a good backup bike and a good backup plan and the things necessary to fix anything that happens out there. So I'll flip you around to the bikes. You can check them out here. Oh, what is is that, the 250? Oh my God. Yeah, man, I made some pretty major changes to this thing. Let me see if I can get you in the light here. If we come back here, probably be a little bit better to see it. Man, if I didn't know any better, I'd say it's ready for the dunes. So I have some 22-inch Scat Track Extremes on the back. They're 22 by 11 by 8. Got the little 8-inch rims on there, the Douglas Blue Labels. Those wheels and tires are super, super light. I have a +3 Stellar swing arm. It has a slight arc in the swing arm. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not straight back, it's slightly arced. I think that looks really cool. And I'm not sure, but I think that actually helps with traction. Well, I got some grease on that grease zerk I gotta wipe off. That was actually part of the getting ready for this thing. I made sure chain was lubed, air filters clean and lubed, lubed all the grease zerks and everything. I wanted to make sure this thing is ready to rock and roll. But back to the tires, man, I picked those things up super cheap. I got a full set. You guys aren't gonna believe this. 200 bucks. And I mean, they're damn near new. So it seems the area that I live in, nobody really rides sand. I'm on the East Coast in the Philadelphia area. And both of these quads, those tires up there I got for a very good deal too. I think they were 175. Yeah. Was it 175? Yeah, they were 175. Two full sets, man, for under 400 bucks. Great deal. But it seems that people in this area, I got them both off of Facebook Marketplace. People buy quads and, sometimes they come from the West Coast and people sell the quad with a set of Scat Tracks or sand tires and they just don't want them. They're not going to ride sand or anything and they're just trying to get rid of them. I didn't even have to really negotiate with these things. People just had great prices. They just wanted them gone. The rims were not quite as shiny. I polished all of the rims. Those ones were. These are the only non-Scat Tracks. They're Sand Gear shark fins, I think. But they're decent. They're going to be fine. They're 22s. I kind of like that. Try the 22s in the front. And I can swap these back and forth. The other thing I had to do was drill these because they were Yamaha bolt pattern. These ones came from a Banshee. So I had to put the Honda bolt pattern on there. These were from a 450R. These were also from a 450R. And then these were from the Banshee as well. So I had to drill those. So these front tires came with those 22-inch Scat Tracks and vice versa. I just mixed up the sets. My idea here is the 250R, I want it to be kind of like the drag racing machine. I'm sure it can rip around just fine in this setup too, especially if I take those tires and put them on here. It'll probably handle a lot nicer. For anybody that doesn't know, and I'm not an expert, but this is just from what I've learned and from some of the experience. These are all go straight line tires, really good for hooking, and those Scat Track edges are very good for handling. So those ones probably won't hook quite as well, but they handle really good. And I did get to ride a quad last year with those tires, and it was excellent. So now I'll have a really good comparison back and forth. I might even do a comparison video out there, switching the tires out. I don't know if I could get these 22s on the back of the KFX because it might hit the Nerf bars, which is actually why I took them off of the 250R. But I also wanted to do some weight reduction. So I got rid of the Nerf bars and I got these pegs, dude. Check these things out. Dude, these are super big pegs, dude. I think they're 3 inches wide. They're like the biggest pegs you can possibly get for a 250R. They're made by Wicked Metal Designs. You can see their logo there on the edge of the peg. Super aggressive. We're still saving weight over the Nerf bars because these are steel. I mean, they're heavy duty. They're not light by any means. I forget exactly what they weigh. But dude, you ain't falling off of those pegs. Those are super meaty. If you want something about half the size of that, he makes those also. You can find them at Wicked Metal Designs. Really nice guy, but super top quality products. And actually, I think we have something in the mail from them. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right, unboxing video. Now you got my attention, right? Right. Everybody loves unboxing videos, especially when it's for the 250R. So I already know what's in here, but I haven't seen it yet, and I know this thing is gonna be sweet. Wow. Oh yeah, damn. Yeah, check that out. Custom logo. He even used my font. Same font I have on the quad, so that's gonna match perfect. It's got M309R on the one side, the Wicked Metal Designs logo, and Patriot on the other side. It's aluminum, super lightweight. Got our hookups for a number plate if I ever decide to run one, and of course, we have our flag mount. That is nice, dude. And it's a drop grab bar too. I don't know if you guys can see that. I really like these. It just makes it a lot easier to pick up your machine, pick up the back of your machine. Really nice. So let's get it on there. Now, since we're setting the 250R up for drag racing, weight is a big thing. So just for shits and giggles, let's see what we're doing weight-wise. The Graydon Pro line is 1.44 pounds. Just double check that. Yeah, 1.44. And the Wicked Metal Designs, I'm going to guess is slightly heavier. 1.62, so it's a little bit less than 0.2 pounds of a difference. Realistically, it's about the same. Probably if we didn't have these mounts on the back, I was torn whether or not to have them put those on there. If you order one of these, you can get them with or without the mounts. But you never know. If I want to put a race plate on here, I'll be pissed that I didn't get those. And realistically, what do they weigh? Like 0.1 pound or something. So basically, you know, pretty much about the same, less than 0.2 pounds difference, and we're getting a much nicer grab bar. Wow, man, that thing looks really, really trick. I've always liked the look of a drop grab bar. And I just think, I don't know, I like the more angular style instead of just like a bar in the back wrapping around like the Graydon Pro line was. And the other bar was very nice too, but I just think this looks a lot cleaner. Plus it matches that Stellar swing arm. Both of them are satin black. So like I said, that is a +3. It's actually 4 inches longer than it was before because we had a -1 on before that, the Hauser. So we saved weight with that, and we're going to get, hopefully, you know, a lot less front end lift with this thing. I'm really excited to see how well this thing grips. I had to put a different shifter on because these foot pegs, you can see how they're mounted forward. The mounting bolts are back there. That's actually the OEM spot. So when I had the factory 43 Nerf bars, they came back here. And that's, and I actually had a correction, I believe, with the factory 43. So I had a shorter shifter to match that. So what I did is this is a TRX 450R shifter. I actually bought that off of eBay. And the guy messaged me back. He knew who I was. It was kind of funny. And then I put one of my custom tips on here just because, I don't know, you know me, I can't leave things plain. And then I brushed this, got rid of all the seams and everything, and just left it with a brush finish. I thought that would match pretty nice. I also got a new Tusk billet gas cap. I had a silver one before. I thought the red was a nice touch. It just kind of matches. Got new grips, new ODIs. The other ones were getting kind of worn out. They're half waffles, which is my favorite style of grip. Before I had, I forget what they were called. They were ODIs, but it was like a different style. Of course, I got the smoothies in the front, doing I think 7.5 pounds in the front on this one, and 4 for the rear. I'll probably mess with that a little bit. Got the Fox floats on the front, keeping it nice and light. Rebuilt my calipers, trying to get rid of any drag or anything. Motor is exactly the same, sticking with the regular 309. I have it jetted heavy for right now, so that maybe it'll be just right when we get out there, but I'll probably be messing with the jetting. The carburetor was super dirty. I had that thing in the ultrasonic cleaner, cleaned that up really good. And I also got rid of our air box. I didn't get rid of it, but just for this trip, I'm running an open air box. It's the same Uni style filter. I actually made a bracket to mount it up to the factory boot. And I put filter oil on there and the outerwear. That should be fine in the sand. Might get another horsepower or so with the open filter. Cleaned up my LED pipe as best as I could. You know, it's getting worn, man. That thing's been wet quite a few times now, and I just got to keep up to date with the maintenance on it. I rebuilt the kicker. That was getting really loose and rattly. It's not perfect, but at least it's not really loose like it was. Those things just get worn out. I also pulled the top end just to inspect everything. It's just a good idea to do stuff like with that. Some of you guys know this is still sort of a prototype engine with that CEO piston design, which I'm actually going to be abandoning. I'm not the biggest fan of the design. I think that is actually a faulty design. I've talked with Dave about it for a little bit. I mean, it can work, but I think the edges of the piston are very much more prone to getting super hot and melting, just because, I mean, you think about the regular crown of a piston, and then if it's inverted, the hot exhaust gases have to escape over the top of that piston, and it's just, I think it's a little bit more finicky with jetting than a traditional style. But yeah, I opened that up, just wanted to make sure everything was good to go before the trip. So 250R is good to go. As far as the KFX, if you guys followed the build series on that, I just recently did some power mods. Got the Rossier exhaust on there, ported the head, put stage 3 hot cams in it. It's got the 13.4 to 1 compression piston in there. Added the bunker light bar up front. I plan to do some night riding with this thing. Between that and the little LEDs in the front, the thing lights up pretty good at night. We've got the Rocket Ron suspension on the front and on the back. Got a dual rate in the rear. I put the FCI intake on here. It has an airbox. You guys won't really be able to see it, but that is supposed to be a really, really big power mod. It runs really good, and I also just switched out the clutch. Actually, the clutch is on the other side, but I put a Recluse 12-plate torque drive clutch pack, which is the same thing that I have in the 250R. Great clutch pack. I will have a video installing that as well. And I put a lithium Tusk battery in there. I don't know if you guys can see. Got that charging right now. Still charging. I don't want that thing to die out on the dunes. I got 4 pounds in the back of the Scat Track Edge. This is going to be kind of like my Dooner. I'm planning to just rip around on this thing. It's a really fun bike to ride. The power delivery is really smooth and everything. I just love this bike. I really do. And it's just, I just feel like 4-strokes are really easy to ride, especially in the sand. So I'm going to be out there for, like a week. I want to make sure that it's, something that's fun to ride and it's not going to beat you up. I got the super big foot pegs on there. They came from a set of Wrath Nerf bars that were twisted up, customized these Tusk ones, and they're like super awesome pegs now. It's just it's an ergonomic bike. It's really nice to ride. So yeah, I got the edges in the back. These in the front, those are 7 pounds, I believe. Same thing as the 250R. I went over everything. I didn't pull the top end off. Well, actually, I did because I ported it. But everything is really nice and tight on this thing. It's going to be good to go. Shouldn't have any problems. Really looking forward to ripping both of these things. Oh, check this out. I have another set of Scat Tracks right here. You guys will never guess what I paid for these things. $50. $50 on Marketplace. It was kind of cool too. I went out and met this guy, and he knew who I was also. Pretty cool, just like to get to know people in the community like that. Also, these rims were not quite as nice. There's quite a few imperfections on them. So instead of trying to polish them, I just took a Scotch-Brite and gave them kind of like a brushed look. And they had this weird bolt pattern. They were the Yamaha front bolt pattern, 4x156, which I have no idea what the hell these things came off of. The dude said they came with his Banshee, but obviously, I mean, unless the guy was running these on the front, I don't know. But anyways, I had to make these conversion plates on the lathe. So it goes to 4x144, I think, is the Honda bolt pattern, Honda Kawasaki. And then it's just converted out to the 4x156. These weigh 1.5 pounds, so it's not exactly ideal. These aren't the lightest set of rims with those on there, but they're going to work. The tires themselves are in good shape. I think these hook really well. These are haulers. So it'll be interesting to run the edges, the V-style pattern, and then run these and see if these hook better and see if those handle better or vice versa. Who knows? I always like to test things out so you actually know. Then I've got some Obor NX tires underneath that I'm going to bring because we're driving 24 hours. On the way home, if there's like a motocross track or something, I might stop and hit that up. I've got 16 gallons of gas ready to rock and roll. Running 110 in both machines. I got these bins from Home Depot. These are really nice Husky bins. They have weather stripping on them. They're waterproof. So I have one bin with my camera gear. I've got that bin that has parts and tools. I've got all different size sprockets for both machines. I have an extra chain in case chain breaks on us. What else do I have? An extra ignition. I have some random stuff in there. extra bearing carriers for both machines, just in case of blow bearing carriers. And I have tools and stuff in there, fluids, oils, all kinds of BS. And then also, I said tools, did I? I forget. But there's going to be tools in there too. I actually have the tools over here in this box. I've left this out because I've been using the tools. But just some basic tools in there. And then in this box, I have all my riding gear. These are cargo nets. I'll tell you about those in a second. But all my riding gear is in here. You guys probably can't even see. I don't want to open it up. It's all packed up like nice and perfect. My helmet's in there, my riding boots, all that stuff. The cargo nets are for, I got covers for both machines because unfortunately I don't have a covered trailer. I'm going to be using the junker to go to John's, and then we're going to leave from his place with the car trailer because his can hold many more machines. We're going to be going out there with 5 quads. So this will get us to John's, and I want to cover them up. And then, so I'll put the covers, I have trailerable covers that I'm going to put on the quads after I saran wrap them. I'm going to saran wrap just the plastics right there. I got the saran wrap on the ground just so there's no chafing, because when, you know, we're driving 24 hours and if it's the covers are flopping around, it could leave like chafe marks on the corners and stuff. I drove this to Ohio or Michigan with a cover on it, like 10, 12, I think it was 15 hours actually, and I didn't get any chafing, so I'm not too worried about it. But if I put the cover on and then the cargo net on top of that, it's like a stretch cargo net, that should hold it from flopping around and flapping in the wind and everything. So that's why I have the covers and stuff. And then of course I've got the flags right here. Last time I went to Badlands, I forgot my flag, so I had to buy a flag. I got this one right here, Badlands. I'm actually kind of glad though, because it's lime green and it's gonna match the KFX perfectly. I'll probably put the yellow flag on the 250R. And otherwise, I think that's it, man. I'm going to bring a stand to put the quads on. Of course, I have, you know, my personal stuff too, like clothes and whatnot. I'm going to bring a lawn chair, cooler, stuff like that. Should be pretty cool. All right, guys. So if you're seeing this video, it's probably going to be Tuesday when I release this video. Should be at the dunes tomorrow. So I'll be there from Wednesday, I think that's the 29th, until Saturday the 2nd. I'm probably going to be chilling there during the day, maybe some of the nights. But if you guys, if anybody wants to come out and see me, I'll be out there with Stupid Fast John, Cameraman Wes. I think Pete Hager's going to be out there, Brewer Off-Road. There's going to be a lot of really great people out there. Dave Moore's going to be out there, a bunch of people in the 250R community. You don't have to have a 250R to come to the event. It's just all a really great event. You can have dirt bikes too. It doesn't matter, side by sides. Everybody's welcome. Come out and say hi. If you see me, don't be afraid. Come up, say hi, and check out the bikes and stuff and shoot the shit. So I love you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. See you at the dunes. And until then, guys, peace out.